It might look like I'm happy to be awake, but I haven't decided yet. Today, guys, very special road trip. Actually going by van because it's about 80 kilometers away. And I'm going to see some caves that I have always wanted to see since I found out they existed. So join me as we tackle Capisaan caves. That was not what I expected. I have at least 2 open wounds, a dislocated shoulder that was popped back in by the ground. That's an old injury from a dirt bike accident. That was a lot of water, and I came in a pair of tennis shoes, a bathing suit, and a t-shirt. Very, very, very unprepared for this experience. Do not make my mistake. I'm going to give you some tips in just a minute. You need to know that the footage you're about to see is shot almost exclusively at 24 frames per second inside the cave. So there's not slow-mo, it's kind of jittery. Definitely not the stuff that you're used to seeing from me, but you have to remember, I was in a ton of pain. I just could not lift my shoulder and take enough time with my back and everything else that was hurting to film it properly. But I was able to get you guys enough of the inside of the cave to hopefully attract your attention to some of the great things that the Philippines has to offer, and this cave being one of them. So I apologize for the raw footage, but I hope the experience is worth it for you. So enjoy, guys. The good thing about being up this early, it's very quiet out here. Very quiet on the streets of Bang Bang. And for some reason, there are no roosters crowing. It's very weird. I mean, there are a few, but usually it's like the rooster orchestra this early in the morning. I'm not sure what's going on. It's making me a little nervous. All right, let's go see some caves. So you guys know how in America we used to have old old cars with white walls on them. You know, the tires with white walls. Here in the Philippines, you know you're riding in something old when you have red walls. So behind me is the crew that is going to the caves, I think. Are we picking up anybody else? No, we're not picking up anybody else, just us. So on to the caves we go, and how long will it take us to get there? 2 hours or less. So a 2-hour van ride, and we will be there. I will try to bring you guys some funny moments from inside the van, because this little one right here is a little bit crazy. It's okay though. She'll make you laugh. If this place looks familiar, it's because I was just here a few days ago. We're stopping on our way to the caves, and you guys remember the spot? We're in Capisaan Poblacion. I don't know what that means. We have arrived at the base of, I guess, like the cave. I don't think base and cave are the right words to use, but we're at the beginning of the cave, and we have a guide, and we are getting ready to head towards the cave. Bad news is it's raining, so my vlogging outside is going to be limited, but pretty sure once we get into the caves, we'll be inside. We're getting information on pricing and how many hours it's going to take. We're also getting a safety briefing before we go, so I think negotiations are underway, and it's a good thing I don't speak Tagalog. So we've had our safety briefing. As you can tell, I am now ready to go to the cave, and the expedition itself is supposed to take about 3 to 4 hours. So this has been an adventure so far, just trying to get everything together to go. But nevertheless, we're off. It's a little rainy, it's a little wet, it's a little miserable, but it's okay. We're about to go in a cave with all those people that I don't know. But we're here, and it's time to get started. So I've just been informed there's going to be a 30-minute walk to the cave. This is what we're walking on. Can you see all the mud out there? Got the midget in front of me. She is now the tour guide. She has taken the lead. And it's raining, and not all my gear is weather sealed, so this is gonna be fun. I have nowhere to put it. They wouldn't let me bring my backpack. Let's see what happens. As I have now damaged my camera, but I'll do the best I can. Okay guys, we're looking at a formation inside the cave. I hope that you can see it real well. I've got the guides trying to help me point out the good stuff. So we're gonna keep it moving. Still inside the cave guys. I'm looking at more formations here from a very long time ago. I don't know much history on this cave, but some pretty stuff in here. So we're looking at another formation here in the cave. Not sure how well you guys can see it, but there is more all the way down this side and all the way around. This is very, very, very unique. What I'm looking at, even up top here, is what the locals call the formation. So it's very interesting. We're now inside the caves where everybody's taking selfies and getting ready to head down. There's some water down there. As you see, our tour guide taking selfies of the girls. So let's go down and see what we can find. Right here guys, you see we just had to traverse a little bit of water on our way through. So now my feet are soaking wet, but that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. And we have a little bit more water to go through. More formations. 75-meter formation here guys. And you can see ahead of me, everybody is traversing through the water, as I am currently traversing through the water right now with my tour guide. And we're looking now at another large formation in the cave.
They call that the honeymoon.
They call it what?
Honeymoon spot. Honeymoon spot. Honeymoon spot.
This is called the honeymoon spark. And it is a very tall formation, as you can see. I believe the guide said it's approximately 75 meters in height. Next, we're going to go down more water. Yay! This is a turtle formation, as the locals call it. So we shall continue on. They're like, can I get a selfie? I need a selfie. Please, let's smile for a selfie. Just wanted you to see a little more of all the formations going on. My tour guide is going to tell you what this is called. It's called the...
This one?
Yes.
Curtain. This is a black curtain.
There you go.
Okay.
Straight from the tour guide's mouth. And we are still, in case you guys are wondering, standing in water. The water temperature is not too bad. It's not cold. It's not exactly warm, but it's not cold. So it's not that bad. This is another formation, guys, inside the cave.
Yan po ay tinatawag natin kolong.
And
Kolong.
of course we have selfies going
Sa
on.
baba po yan, stalagmite. Sa taas, stalagmite.
But if you look above me,
Stalagmite sa baba.
you can hear the tour guides talking about
Stalactite silim.
what this stuff is. I'm not really sure, but it does look cool.
Ito po yung
And it extends all the way back around to the entrance we came from. So very, very, very interesting. More formations here within the cave. Perhaps you can see that a little bit better. Standing in water. Everybody's standing around. Watch as the water is traversed here in the canyon.
Kuya, paano kung kahoy ko?
Mara?
Paano kung kahoy ko?
Yan.
Paano kung kahoy ko?
Yan. Sige ako lang. Mabilis na tumagal ko to eh.
Ha?
Mabilis na tumagal ko to.
And she told me to give her my stuff.
Adventure! Hihi! Hindi siya nabasa. Hihi! Ang gising ako. Mga flashlight nandun na. Yay! Ang cool tayo! Ngayon lang naman yung Angela.
So guys, I made it back home from my first ever cave adventure, and I have to tell you that, you know, if you're going to come to the Philippines and try to do things you've never done before, there are going to be obstacles, and some of those obstacles are painful. I wouldn't trade my experience today for anything. However, I will tell you that the secret to avoiding all this pain is preparation. Before we ever got to the cave, I was told that all I really needed was a pair of tennis shoes, a bathing suit, and a t-shirt. So that's what I brought. And nobody told me there were going to be, you know, chest deep water and things you're going to have to traverse, and just all kinds of mess. So I brought the important stuff out of the van with me, including my camera. None of it was waterproof. The guides had their waterproof bags and that kind of thing. Most of the stuff I had got wet, even my camera. Luckily, my camera's weather sealed. The tennis shoes aspect was the worst idea of the entire ordeal. I fell 3 times on the way to the cave because where we were at was mud, very muddy, completely muddy. And once you get mud caked in on the bottom of your tennis shoes, it's just mud on mud. You can get no traction. It's like having a 4-wheel drive truck on ice. You're just spinning all 4 tires. It doesn't matter if it's 4-wheel drive or not. So I was very disappointed and was already hurt by the time I got to the cave because I landed on a rock on my gluteus maximus, and I was sore already. When we got to the cave, I was trying to do some recording in there and fell once on some rocks. Pretty painful. I ran into several razor sharp rocks that cut my foot open. Mind you, I'm walking through water in a cave. I have no idea what type of fungus or bacteria are in the water here in the Philippines. And we're 30 minutes into it. This is a 4-hour trek through this cave. And, I'm thinking to myself, the possibility of, me getting some type of fungal infection or bacterial infection in my foot is probably likely. I cut my legs up several times on rocks. The stuff I had with me, as I said, got wet, including a little bit of money and some various other things. And then towards about 3 hours into the trip, I had this fall. And this shoulder was separated a long time ago in a motorcycle accident when I was very young. And every once in a while, if I hit it the right way, it'll slide out of joint, and it is excruciatingly painful. I don't know if you've ever had a separated shoulder, but it really, really, really hurts. I fell on this shoulder, it separated, and as I continued to fall and roll, I hit another rock the opposite direction and it popped it back in. Thankfully, I'm glad that it popped it back in. While we're talking about an enormous amount of pain all at one time, it's better to have it put back in immediately than for it to be dislocated and then have to have it put back in, because I've had that happen before and it is very painful. So the community around this small, we were in the middle of nowhere where these caves are, and the community there, once I got out of the cave, I mean, they had my back 100%. They brought out the local doctor, the local healer, the herbs, the spices, they made this sling that my arm's in. Just took great care of me. Another testament to just a wonderful, wonderful culture here in the Philippines. I cannot say enough about that community. And if you decide to visit this cave, you will be well taken care of. I can guarantee you that that is from my personal experience. So, what did I learn? First and foremost, preparation is key. If you're going to go into a cave, this is the first time I've ever been in a cave in my life. I had no idea what to expect. I thought it would be, walking on a rock floor, seeing cool things hanging from the ceiling and that kind of thing. Had no idea about the water aspect or jagged rocks, sharp rocks, or anything. I guess if I would have thought about it long enough, common sense should have told me that, but I was going off the word of what I was told. Bring everything you can waterproof, including housing for your camera if you're going to take pictures. I also recommend something on your legs that will keep it from getting cut, like shin guards. You can buy these things we have back in the States. I can't remember the exact name of them, but they're plastic and you put them on, and they're hard plastic. So they're made for hunters walking through the woods. So if a snake tries to bite your leg, it can't penetrate the plastic. Some of those probably wouldn't be a bad idea underneath some chest deep waders. Stuff to keep you from getting wet is very important. It's very cold in there. The water's not super cold, but it's cold enough that, you know, it gets your attention. So that's really about it. I'm exhausted and I'm looking forward to a shower and sleep. And you know, this is just another great day of travel and adventure and learning and understanding what I need to do next time and what not to do next time. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video.